single man, I'm ready to rock and roll, brother.
Come on, Pops, lay it on us. Just here, I'll hold it for you. I got it.
Just talk.
One of the greatest things that I remember about an orgasm is the fantastic satisfaction helping my female partner achieve a great one.
There you go.
Absolutely, dude. You and I don't know if it's just I don't know if it's because I'm just shy or just a little bit over half your age, but I will tell you that, and I'll say this out loud, and I'll say it proud, that is a goal of mine. No matter that is a goal of mine, my friend. Every opportunity that I get, that is a goal of mine. So I'm glad that as a man who is just shy, just a little bit over half your age, that we're on the same page, dude.
That's great, man. There you go, Pops. He loves to talk about that stuff. Sometimes I got to quiet him down. Like, please, Pops. You know.
No, man, my mom's words from word of the wise, man.
Yeah, I know. He's awesome, dude. All right. I got a couple of questions for you. I don't want to keep you all night, but I've got so many. I've got a whole giant thing of questions.
I love talking to you guys. So go for it.
Oh, thank you. All right. Does John Tafford ever call you in the middle of the night and tell you that he can't sleep? And how much it sucks, and start slamming the phone down the ground.
I will tell you this: that Taffer called me one time. It was middle of the afternoon, and I looked down and I said, "Hey," it said John Taffer, and I picked it up and I was like, "Yo, JT, what's going on, brother?" And he started to scream at me about something. Literally started like ripping me apart over the phone, and I just kind of hung up. And so my phone rang again a couple minutes later, and I was in the middle of something. I kind of ignored it, and he called me back again, and I picked up the phone, and he said, are you kidding me, man? Did you just hang up on me? And I said, I am not your son, your employee, or anything like that. So let's get this relationship real quick. And he was actually really cool about it. He's like, I'm really sorry. He's like, I just got really heated when I saw this. And I was like, all right, man, whatever. You know what? Taffer's a really good dude when he's on your side. He's a rock star, man. He's a great guy. He's loaded with information. And he's really fun to talk to. When he's on and he's not on camera, he's a lot of fun to talk to. You know, he's got great stories. He's had amazing experiences.
I'm sure, dude. Just the show alone is it's so entertaining. Yeah. My fiance and I have put Bar Rescue on, and Restaurant Impossible, and a couple of the home improvement shows, you know. And
now Robert Irvine's a good dude.
Yeah, oh yeah, you know.
I will tell you that Irvine. I just did Food and Wine in New York a couple months ago, and Robert actually, I walked over and I kind of introduced myself to him, and he's like, I know who you are, because we had done an event years ago where him and I actually picked a car up and moved it. That's a whole other story. Right. But yeah, he was really good, and he kind of looked at me and he said, "Are you still doing rescue?" I said, "No, I left." And he said, "Good, because you're a better guy than that." It was pretty funny. He was just saying I didn't need to yell and scream at people, and I knew what he was talking about. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, are you kidding me? No, it's fine. No, we're just big fans of the whole genre of shows. We love that stuff. Yeah. But all right, last thing about the restaurant business before we get into your podcast here, real quick, if you don't mind. Yeah. What exactly, and you don't have to go, 100% here, but we're all curious. What is a Duffy burger?
What is a Duffy burger? Yeah. A Duffy burger will automatically, it's going to be a dry age grind of beef. Okay. That's going to where the Duffy burger is going to start. It's going to start off with a really nice chuck and a brisket or something to that effect that at least has a little bit of dry age flavor to it. That's kind of a direction that I like to go. I like a burger that you can really taste. I like a good mix of fat, so I'm an 80-20 guy. There's no doubt about that at all. Mm-hmm. I've got to have a really good piece of bacon or something to that effect, whether it's bacon or pork belly or some form of pork that goes into it. I'm really happy about that. So whether it's, scrapple or Gouda or, Canadian bacon or pork roll or something to that effect, I feel that there's got to be a good fatty piece of pork that goes on there. Agreed. An egg always nice. Makes my burgers the greatest one. And I'm not just talking about like a quick egg that's cooked. I mean like a perfectly fried egg, crispy around the outside with a little bit of crushed red pepper right on top of it, and always an amazing aged cheddar will set it off. Now, if I really have some time, I like a good 45-minute caramelized onion, and I like a long 35 to 40-minute braised wild mushroom.
Good job, dude.
Good.
That sounds amazing. Yeah. No,
Now,
seriously.
but I also have a product called Stuffs. I don't know if you guys knew that or not.
No, we don't. Tell us.
So it's a burger stuffer that I endorsed. I did not invent this,
Okay.
but it was sent to me from my agent a couple years ago, and I played with it. It was a piece of plastic, and I'm like, yeah, this is cool. This is cool. So I started to play with it, and it's actually a burger stuffer. And if you go to my website, which is chefbrianduffy.com, you can see the stuffs there, but you can also purchase them on any of your As Seen on TV stores. It was like a 3.5 minute cult, like total cult classic infomercial, man.
Dude,
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Yeah.
I got to look
Yeah,
at
well, if you guys can send me your address, maybe I'll send you a little swag package.
Oh
down
my
there with
God,
some
dude.
spice and stuff.
We just moved our studio, no joke, and we're actually going to probably move it again in a few months and get some office space that's bigger and better. But we want to like just decorate the walls with, maybe a picture of a guest, autograph, something like that in a frame.
Sure, dude.
All that stuff. That'd be
man,
so cool.
I'll send you some. I'll send you some swag. I have autograph cards with
I'll DM
recipe
you.
on
Yeah.
them and all that stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll DM you. That'd be great, dude. Oh my God.
cool, man.
All right,
Yeah,
so
and all you got to do is send it to Jocelyn. Trust
Okay.
me, she will hound me. She will
All right.
hound me to make sure that I send stuff out. So yeah.
All right, Chef, I want to talk to you about something, and we shouldn't probably be doing this live because this is a business proposition for you. But I want to start doing something that might be called podcast rescue. Where,
Really? Have you
Think
trademarked
about-
the name yet?
yes, no, I haven't.
just
but-
now, we're trading that
Yeah,
game now.
it's trademark right now.
It takes 18 months to get a trademark. So you trust me.
But you could come in, you could be like, Kevin Ollie, what the hell are you doing? Your executive producer is half in the bag. You got a Shure microphone that's 20 years old. I mean, we could do this, man. We could like.
The only thing is, if we do it, I'm going to make you guys pay for your own renovations.
Yeah,
all right,
right.
all right.
It holds you more accountable to the renovations. So.
All right.
Oh my God!
Good with that.
If we televise it, then we could probably offset the costs.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There you go. Just write it off. It's like my license plate. No, I'm joking.
Hey, speaking of writing it off, I was listening about something about assless chaps. You wear assless chaps when you ride your motorcycle?
Dude, everybody's got assless chaps, man.
All chaps are
Absolutely.
assless. Yeah.
They saved my life, man. Well, they saved my legs, I'll tell you that. No, I like to ride. I'm a Harley guy, and trust me, man, when that weather gets a little bit cold, those leather chaps really they cut it back, man. They make for a nice comfortable ride.
I hear you.
Maybe not so much on your frozen nutticles, but definitely on your legs, man.
I remember that story from earlier today. Actually, I listened to it for the first time. That was hilarious, dude. I apologize for bringing it up because I know you said you wiped out, and I actually wiped out myself back in 2000. I had a horrible motorcycle accident, but I'm not going to get into that. But I'm a Harley guy as well, dude. I love motorcycles.
Cool,
yeah,
Do you
absolutely.
still ride?
I still ride. Unfortunately, I'm in the same boat as you, where I just sold my last bike, and I'm looking to get something bigger and better. I want a bike that I like to call same as. And when people are like, "What kind of bike is that?" and I'm like, "Same as that guy." You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I want a street glide, something simple, some hard bags,
Yeah.
windshield,
Well, I still have my bike. So I started with an 05 Sportster, which I absolutely loved. I mean, I loved that bike.
I had an 05
It was perfect
Sportster.
for city riding, and I could park it on the sidewalks. And now I've got an 07 Street Bob. That's a little bit more raked out. It's a little bit more. I mean, it's just a sick bike, dude. I love it. And I keep looking at it, thinking I'm going to trade it in, but I just love to ride. And I don't know if you heard last night's podcast, but we had Danielle Von Shiner on,
we did hear it.
who is awesome. She is probably one of the coolest chicks that I've ever met.
She spent like 10 minutes on your show talking about where she rides and how she rides, and she's got like a 500cc bike, I think she said.
She does. She's got a Royal Ensign.
That's pretty cool, dude.
She's an old school British bike. Yeah. So and actually, she's only about 2 hours north of me. She's up in the Village.
Cool.
But so we're gonna hop her. She's gonna hop out with us one day, and I go up to a place up in the western. The southwestern tip of New York, to a place called Freefall Oz, which is actually a skydiving bed and breakfast place. But you go up there and they feed you and they take care of you, and it's a beautiful ride all the way back in through Pennsylvania or out towards Erie and whatnot. It's nice.
Hey, Chef, Hold on. Let me just, when we're talking about bed and breakfast, don't you find it a little bit odd that when you're in a small house like that with a few other couples and you hear somebody's bedpost knock on the wall or whatever, and then you wake up the next morning and you're all together around a table and you're all strangers, and you're like,
you're
trying to figure out who was paying in the night before.
Here's my thing. I am a Diamond member with Hilton, so cool. Bed and breakfasts are few and very, very far between for me, because I'm a Hilton guy, man. I want my own room. I want my own bedroom. I want my own bathroom. I like to be, I like to get my 2 bottles of water when I check in, man. I don't want to have to make sure that I fully flushed before I leave the bathroom.
All right. Once again, we're talking to Chef Brian Duffy from the famous show Bar Rescue, and of course the new podcast, Rash Podcast, and you can catch him on Twitter. What is your Twitter? Is it? Oh gosh, I forgot off the top of my head here.
Sorry, man. Everything that I do is Chef Brian Duff, ChefBriduff. That's Twitter and Instagram, except for my Facebook, which is Chef Brian Duffy. And the only reason my Facebook or my Twitter and Instagram aren't is because I have way too much to say, so I needed those extra characters.
All right, Pops has something to add to this here. What do you got, Pops? What's up?
Hey, wanted to tell you a quick motorcycle joke. The guy is in a bar, and chick buys him a drink, or he buys her a drink, and he says, "Hey, you wanna come over to my place?" She's, "Sure." She says, "But I gotta warn you. This is I'm on my menstrual cycle." He says, "That's okay." He says, "I'll follow you over on my Honda."
That's like a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, who lives out in Rockford, Illinois. Her name is Beth, and she's a total Harley chick. She's a total rock star. She just posted a picture of her brand new Escalade that she posted up a couple weeks ago, and she said, 3,272,412 toilets later, I finally got my dream car. But she sent me a picture of these 2 smoking hot chicks laughing, and up top it said, you told me you told me you were a biker and you showed up on a Honda. So yeah.
You meet the nicest people on a Honda or Harley or something. I don't know what that was. Hey, Chef, my mom just messaged us on Mixler and said she wanted to say hi to the chef. She's a big fan, my mom and dad, just so you know, man.
Nice. What's up, Mom and Dad? How are you guys?
Thank you.
And just so in homage to Mom, I have actually asked my mother if she will be a guest on the podcast, and we can discuss my youth.
Nice. Oh, yeah, that'd be great, right? I'd be so embarrassed, man.
Yeah, my good Irish Catholic mother will, 1, keep it clean. 2, I have no doubt that she's going to tell some of the greatest stories. So.
How about it? Yeah, I could only imagine, dude. My mom, she said that she wants to come on, dude. I'm like, well, you'd have to come sit next to homeless Chuck, and I don't know if he's allowed within 500 feet of a woman, dude.
That's awesome, dude. Oh. The coolest part about doing a podcast or doing a radio show or doing whatever it is that we do is that we can do whatever we want.
Yeah, isn't it great, dude? It's so fun. We had a conspiracy guy on a couple of weeks ago, and he was fantastic. Oh,
I love that. I totally believe that we're all screwed because of other people. Sorry.
We're not huge conspiracy theorists. In fact, it was really funny because we had him talking about some serious things like aliens and chemtrails and whatnot, and then we just nailed him in the face with stuff like, "Is Michelle Obama really a man?" Things like that.
Oh,
it was hysterical. And he was a great sport, man. He's a real funny guy. It's at Raz, Sean Raz Patello. He's a good guy. It's all good stuff, man.
Nice, man.
Well, listen, I want to ask you a couple more questions, if you don't mind here. What is the nastiest thing that you've ever seen in a restaurant or at a job in general?
The nastiest thing that I've ever seen, I don't even have to think about this. The nastiest thing I've ever seen was on the show Rescue. It was on Bar Rescue, where we went into Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and we went into Fairways Golf and Bar.
I saw that one.
Whatever the hell it was called.
Yes.
And I was
the sledge underneath the building.
I was so offended as a professional that it was my last show.
Really?
It was my last episode of Bar Rescue. Was that show?
What was it? I don't recall.
So this was the one where the chef was in the kitchen, and I kept saying, "Don't touch the fucking burger! Don't touch the burger! Stay off of the burger!"
I did see this one. Yeah, You don't have to push the burger down. Just let it cook. I remember this.
Yeah, man, let it cook. Let science happen, But for me, it was such a disgrace because the thing for me is I'm very prideful of my career. I'm very prideful of my craft.
As you should be.
It's something that I take very seriously. I say all the time in a very odd roundabout way, I say, look, we have the opportunity to kill people on a daily basis. People come into our restaurants and they trust us. They don't think about the sanitation of it, but it's our job to make sure that they don't have to think about the sanitation of it. So keep a clean restaurant. So I walk into this restaurant where they've got black mold over the bar. The entire kitchen was laden, literally infested with black mold along all of the refrigerator doors. It was all over the equipment. It was all over the refrigerator. And if you remember correctly on this episode, this is the episode where we had mushrooms growing in the walk-in.